ladies and gentlemen. Hi there. I've been having a little bit of technical difficulties, but I'm sure that's going to pass, or it's already passed. And I'm coming to talk to you guys today about the hero's journey. Now, the hero's journey is very interesting because it is about the story. It is a journey. Hi there, Lance, is that you? It's the journey of going through the spiritual way. First off, I want to hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. This is Chemistry's Consciousness channel, and today is December 20th, 2023. Yeah, I don't know why. Somebody this is my third time logging on, and I had technical difficulties. And now I need to get some water. So if y'all bear with me, this is apparently something that I need to get out. So this is about the hero's journey. The hero's journey is about going on the journey of self actualizing, going from the root chakra to the crown chakra, and learning who you are, why you're here, what makes you tick, what makes you talk, what makes you do the things that you do, and why you are doing things that you do in your life, right? So this is like a wake up call. It's like I say a lot of times, we're walking around in our flesh and body, but 95% of the time, the spirit within us is sleeping, right? And so since 2020, we have been on this journey. And I don't want to just say since 2020, but 2020 is when it really came, the rubber met the road. When the Most High God said, okay, it's time for y'all to wake up. If for whatever reason you didn't wake up before 2020, maybe it wasn't your time to wake up. Or like myself, I would wake up, my soul and my spirit within me would wake up, look at the condition of the world, look at everything that was going on, and I decided that I wasn't ready to fully awaken before 2020. There were, instances um, that I would just wake up and look around, and I knew I didn't have the courage and the strength to walk out this spiritual path. Because when you walk out this spiritual path, it means that you're going to have to leave people, places, things, circumstances, mindsets, ideas, way of being that does not serve your highest and greatest good, and it does not support your evolution. Because we're in a beautiful time where the human species, those who choose to evolve, are now working with your spirit guide, the spirit within you, your higher self, the part of us that's eternal, in order to evolve. And so, what does that mean when we say it's time to evolve? As humans, we have been imprisoned in a system that has not allowed us to fully operate at our maximum capacity because they have been using our energy to build their world. Even now, even still, for those who choose to wake up, we're waking up and we're learning a new way of being. And so that's why we have all the YouTube channels. That's why we have all the teachers, the healers, the messengers, waking everybody up. For me, my focus are those who's ready to wake up now. Okay. And so once you wake up, it is a jarring situation because your pineal gland, which we know that it's here, but in actuality, the real location is right about here, down in the middle of your brain. It's the pineal gland. And what the pineal gland is used as the third eye. It's the eye that can see beyond the veil. Now we haven't heard much about this in our past because the powers that be don't want us to know about this and have us move it off as it's just a figment of my imagination, or um, it's not real, but it is real. So when you have that intuition, that gut feeling, that thing on the inside of you, call it what you like, a check in your spirit, you need to follow that check. You need to follow that intuition. You need to follow that gut feeling because it's leading you where you need to be, particularly for those who are now just awakening to your spiritual path. Now, with the spiritual path, it is a challenge because it's going to uh, challenge you, challenge your truth. It's going to challenge your truth as far as relationships. It's going to challenge your truth as far as how you think. It's going to challenge your truths of the type of people that you have allowed in your space and have allowed to take advantage of the fact that your soul, your spirit man was sleeping. Now, I'm going to go into a little bit of a different direction now to share with you. There are energies, people that are in this earthly realm with us that are not asleep, and their whole purpose for being is to keep the chosen ones from evolving. But we're not going to worry about them because as long as we focus on our hero's journey, they don't have any power. If you surrender to the negative things that people have said to you, have done to you, have treated you, then they win. They created a energetic illusion around you to give you an idea that this is who you are, when in actuality, you are a creator. You are valuable. But first, you have to recognize that within yourself so that when anybody comes to you with the wrong perception of who you are, you're able to clearly let them know who you are so that you don't have to experience um, situations that we've experienced in the past because we feel like, oh, we're supposed to be nice. Oh, we're supposed to be nice. Yeah, you want to be nice. But if somebody does cross your boundaries, then you need to strongly put them back in their place so that we won't have to deal with this anymore, right? So, yeah, the hero's journey. And I got this message from the Most High God for you guys. Mainly, you're going to look up one day and you're going to not recognize yourself. You're not going to recognize your life when you begin waking up. It's like a disconnect that you have people in your life that do not bring you any value. And so the question is, why are you in my life? If you dig deeper and go deeper down the rabbit hole, you'll find that the reason that they're in your life is because they're using you for what their purpose is, and you're not getting anything out of it. So when you recognize that somebody is using you and you're not getting anything out of it, those are not the people that you want to have in your life, right? Now, the type of relationships you want to have are reciprocal relationships. You give to me, I give to you. You support me, I support you. You laugh, we laugh. We don't want those relationships anymore where they in your face smiling, but they're behind your back talking about you to other people, right? We don't want those. Those relationships are no more. But it's up to each one of us to put a stop to it. God is not going to intervene. We've got to wake up our spirit man so that the spirit within us recognizes what is good for us and what is bad for us. Just like when I was younger, I ate chitlins. I would not dare eat chitlins now. Because when I was younger, I knew what it was, but I chose to eat it anyway. Now that I'm older, that's just not a part of my palate anymore. And so as you awaken, things are going to start falling off of you. Things that just don't go with your palate anymore. And as you do that, you're going to be tempted to look at your entire life and say, well, everything just kind of fell off. I don't have very much left. You know, I don't have my home anymore. I don't have my husband anymore. I don't have my job anymore. I don't have my business anymore. I don't have this anymore. I don't have that anymore. Allow those things to fall off, regardless to how much you love them, because it's for your highest and greatest good. It's for your evolution. Because if it falls off, that means that there's something about the item, the person, the mindset, the situation that is outdated. It's no longer working anymore. So it's time now to get a new program. Yeah, a new program. And so I'm going to start this out with, phases that you'll go through in your awakening process. Hello, welcome in. I'm going to talk about the phases that we'll go through, that you'll go through. I've been through them, but you keep going through these cycles because you're going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into your lineage, your bloodline. So we're not just healing for ourselves, we're healing for the entire bloodline so we can clean up the things that have haunted our bloodline for generation after generation after generation. And everyone in the bloodline is not called to do this because it's very difficult, but it's worth it. Okay. So, one of the first things that you'll experience, like I said, a lot of things are going to fall off from you. Let's just say you have 10 things that you absolutely love in your life, whether it's people, places, things, mindsets, ideas, cars, houses, good credit, whatever you can think of that's good in your life. And all of those things, except two, are gone. Are you going to focus on those 8 things that are gone? Or are you going to focus on the 2 that are still there? Right? So if they fell off for a reason. You may not fully understand. It may look like on the surface that it was something that you loved and something that was good for you, but underneath there was something else that was holding you back. It's like an anchor, an invisible, energetic anchor that holds you to this 3D earth, which is passing away. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new. We're being made new. And so the art of surrendering is, no matter what it is that may fall from my life, I'll allow it to fall from my life, but I'm going to continue to move forward because I know that there's something else for me. This is the destruction and the rebirth. The Bible speaks about it. Hopi prophecy speaks about it, HOPI, if you want to research that. All the religions discuss the destruction of the 3D earth, the old earth, and then behold, there's a new heaven and a new earth. And that's what we're striving to at this time in history. This has never been done before. We are the first fruits. And so it's time to come home. And when people say it's time to come home, we're not talking about the physical body. We're talking about the spirit and the soul of the man that lives within you. It's time to come back home. Because the earth is Babylon. The U.S. is Babylon. They have very evil, wicked ways and very evil, wicked people. They spoke about it. In the Bible, when it says a third of the angels fell from heaven onto the earth. And guess who have to deal with them? We do. We've had to deal with them. The fallen angels. But we have to also understand excuse me, we have to also understand that these fallen angels are a part of God's plan because we're dealing with polarity. Everything, there's a polarity. This is my right hand. This is my left hand. This is my right ear. This is my left ear. That's up. This is down. And there's darkness and there's light. So those fallen angels that fell from heaven onto the earth, there's a purpose for that happening. And there's a purpose for, I believe it's been a 400-year reign. The war ended in 2019, and it was 400 years prior to that we have been in a war, and it's evolved over time. Okay, so now step one, everything's fallen off of you. You have a choice, and this is what the spiritual journey is about. It's about making very good conscious decisions about where you want your life to go, because we're evolving. It's going to take a process to reprogram your mind and your way of being to the new earth. And we've been given this chance now to do it, to let those things go. And once those things are gone, we take inventory. Okay, what's left? I have my beautiful daughter. I have my sanity. I have my health. I have my strength. And you keep going. And you decide, what is it that will make my heart happy? What is it that will make my heart full? And that's what you plan on paper and with physical steps to get there. And that becomes the journey to get where your wildest dreams will take you. You know, if you want to open up your own store, okay, now this is the time to start planning. What is the first step? What is the next step? What is the next step? And you keep taking those steps, because those steps are going to invigorate you and they're going to give you life, because you're creating the life of your dreams right now. And then we have Big Mama, the Most High God, helping us do this, and the energies that are coming around right now when Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is a time that we look back and say, okay, especially now it's December. Okay, what has 2020 shown me? What has 2020 taught me? What have I begun to create a foundation for in 2020? What were my challenges in 2023? What were my ups and what were my downs in 2023? What were my triggers in 2023? Because I want to leave them back there, right? I don't want them to come with me to 2024, because 2024 is my beautiful place, right? Okay. Now, this is the beautiful part. The promise is, for those who endure to the end, they will receive the promise. What is the promise, you ask? The promise is going from mortality to immortality. The promise is living with the Most High God and dwelling with the Most High God. And that's exciting. That's so exciting. And not only that, is in the realm that we're moving to, because we're making these steps to create a very solid foundation of the things that we love and that we want, and that we desire. Not these are things that are connected to our soul purpose. And when we tap into those things, we automatically have a joy and a fulfillment that nothing else can bring us, right? So that's the promise. So grand that our minds can't even comprehend the beauty of it. And so as we really focus and determine what is it I want for 2024, like right now is the perfect time for this. What is it I want for 2024? Write it on paper. Write it on paper. Date it. Put the time on it. Look at it every day so that you can impress your mind and your heart to the things that you desire and no longer focusing on what you had to leave behind. It's okay. It's okay. We can get another house. We can get another car. We can get another job, or even better, start our own business. No matter what it is you had to leave behind, whatever it was something that was not serving you to your highest ability. And when you look around, when we roll over into 2024, you'll already have a beautiful little plan already together. So you keep your eyes focused on where you go. You don't have to look to the left, what nobody else is doing, or the left or the right. You just keep your eye on the prize. And there's so many quotes and scriptures that are really, really, that have come to life now since 2020 that they weren't hitting the way that they hit now. Keeping our eye on the prize. Because at this point, what's most important is releasing any guilt, anger, grief, fear, worry, doubt out of your heart. Because like the last message I said, it's the heart that's going to condemn us or justify us. Our heart has to be as light as a feather in order to pass into the new earth. Because we don't want no bullshit in the new earth. It's not going. It can't go. It won't make it. So that means that I'm sure people have heard of the Left Behind series. There are going to be some people that are left behind that want to hold on to what people did to them. They want to hold on to unforgiveness. I forgive all of those who trespassed against me because I've learned to understand human nature. It's not easy. I forgive them, but I don't want nothing to do with them. But I forgive them for my heart's sake, right? And so in 2024, 2025 and on, we're going to look around and we're going to be filled with beautiful things because we're focused on that. But not only that, we have the energy of the Most High God supporting us and helping us get us to where we want to be, where we need to be. Okay. There are going to be a lot of decisions to be made, a lot of decisions. There are going to be some small decisions that are going to need to be made, and there are going to be some very large decisions. You're going to walk into circumstances and situations that are foreign to you. And you'll have to learn how to listen to the Spirit of God within on how to navigate through this journey. It's you it's you and God and your spirit team. You're going to have circumstances and situations that are completely foreign, that you don't even know how to process them and speak them out because they're not normal. So that's when you have to go into your heart center. Your heart and your mind, your brain has to be cohesive in order to not be split. When they speak about in the Bible, a double-minded man can't expect to get anything from God. We have the mind, and then this is another mind. Our heart and our gut is another mind. So we want to have the brain and our heart coherence at one. We don't want to have our brain in one place and then our heart in the other place. That's a double-minded person. You can't expect to get anything from God because God is an energy. God is not a man. It's an energy. So if the energy of your brain and your heart are split, how is God supposed to answer your request? If a house is divided, this is a house, this is our temple. and the brain and the heart are divided, we can't expect to get anything from God. So when we learn to line up our thoughts with what we want, that's when we'll move forward. Okay? Remember, a lot of choices and a lot of decisions are going to have to be made. Now, there's going to require a higher level of bravery, a higher level of courage, a higher level of risk in navigating through the wilderness, because this is a wilderness. It it is very much a wilderness. And as you wake up, you will recognize that everybody that smiles in your face, they're not your friend. If they're not actively sharing with you in a reciprocity way, in a reciprocal way, they're using you. And you don't want them in your life because they can drain you of your life force energy. When you are able to see behind the veil, you can see people. You can see that someone has taken their life force energy. So they look like they look, but you can see in their face that someone has pulled out the light. And that's so sad. I don't like to see it, but that is a part of this process. You get to see what's really going on. And that's not what you think. That is the hero's journey. There are, I believe, 12 steps to the hero's journey. So my next video is going to discuss the 12 steps of the hero's journey. We've been looking for so many people, so many things, so much to feel. We were looking for people to come save us. If y'all are anything like me. And no one on the outside can save you. It's all an inside job. And so 2020 was the beginning of the Most High God saying, I need you to be with yourself. I need you to see what you're presenting to the world, how you're presenting it to the world. Is this your true and authentic self? Are you doing this because somebody else is doing it? Are you doing this because this is who you are? Are you moving in this way? Are you getting these things because it's something that you want, or because it puts you in this status symbol or status thing? Because it puts you where you feel like you're like everybody else. But the beautiful thing is we're not like everybody else, and we don't want to be like anybody else, because we all have individual gifts to bring to the world and share, right? And y'all know I always have my handy trusty notes. As y'all can see, I take a lot of notes all the time. Okay. And so I'm going to get back real quick before I let you go and reiterate. Life is school. It's school. So every situation that we find ourselves in, whether it's, I'm going to give y'all a real story, right? So when you feel, okay, so if you have to sit down for an extended period of time, let's just say 3 hours, and you have to get some work done, you're on the computer typing, and there's something in you, just let me get up and get some water. You get up and get some water. Well, let me get up and go use the bathroom. You get up and go use the bathroom. Well, let me go make this phone call right quick. And you make the phone call. And when you were supposed to sit for 3 hours and do work, in actuality, you only got about 45 minutes in. It's because there's a spirit that needs to be disciplined and sat down so that you make it very clear who's running this avatar. Because there are energies that are sent to us and that are within us from eating meat, from this toxic water, from the water that we drink, from medications. there are a lot of things that we are taking into our bodies that are energetically not good for us. And some things we can help and some things we can't help. But if they're in us and we recognize, okay, I can't sit down for 3 hours and work, then I need to take whatever that situation is and take it captive and make it do what I want it to do. So at that point, I began to reprogram my mind to sit down and get my work done. And once you do it one time, once you teach or you pull out that low vibratory energy, which is making you get up and run all around the place and not get anything done, once you take it captive and you make yourself do what you needed to do, then you won't have to deal with that anymore. Then you'll deal with the next thing, whether it's a trigger, whether somebody does something and it triggers you, you're going to be aware, oh, that I didn't like what she did. How did I respond? Did I respond in a high vibratory way or did I respond in a low frequency? Because everybody that we meet, guys, is a reflection of who we are. They come to tell us who we are. And if it doesn't resonate with you, then that's not for me. Just leave it, right? Just leave it. So that is what I have for you guys today. I hope something that I shared will help you move your life forward in your spiritual journey process. This is the most that I've ever felt alive because my spirit man is now alive and I'm very much aware of the things that are going on around me. I'm not perfect, don't get me wrong, but I'm not what I used to be. Okay. So I want to thank you for jumping in. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you for the messages, the emails. I appreciate you guys. And until the next time, namaste.